See this picture? Yeah. What they call Magna Carta. Yeah. Part of the Magna Carta de Mundi. So anyways, like I was taught to read many things. You know, how to read nature, you know, how to read tracks, you know, how to read pictures. You know, in our sugar, when we make bread, like reading tea. Yeah. So this is like when an artist, when he draws something, he goes to a dimension. What he sees is what he brings back and what he teaches. So in this picture, yeah, it's a vision of a Magna Carta, meaning the big picture. That was developed. It was signed in 1961. I think it's on this part here, I remember. But anyways, this is how they see in the world. There's the guy on a chariot, bird, horse, and there's the devil. This is purification day, the Renaissance, I guess you could say. This is heaven. How they picture heaven with the bird of paradise. On the bottom over here, it's the beginning of time. And this is the end of time. It's also fire, air, water, and land. So everything within that frame is going to be run. See, like on this section, oh, that's where it says 1461. But anyways, the Pope made a declaration in a decree in 1128, where what you call it, the doctrine of discovery was based on. That Native people had no soul, black people had no soul, yellow people had no soul, had no spirit. So therefore that they could conquer the world. They could distribute it amongst themselves. So we have the black, Asian, and the Asian here, Indian and the Asian. And he's sitting on the throne. So we were to serve the white, because they have the book of law and the staff. And this was supposed to be done through the teaching of the grandmother, which is the moon. The moon is different type of government. During the Phoenician era, it was to tax the people. When they created that big tower to go see God, it taxed the people for their time, their skills, their environment, their resources. That was the first form of contribution, social contribution. How society could coexist together. So that was the first form of government. And then the Greek came to be. And him is more being smart. Anarchism starts. Perfect body, perfect health, perfect mind. And then the Egyptian is to control the environment. If you know how to control the environment, you control the people. And then the warmongers, which is Khan, Genghis Khan, I guess his name is. It's through war, intimidation, that you control society. And the Romans was assimilating, integrating, and exterminating the people's right. So they don't have to live off the land anymore. So this is somewhat the format of the governing system that's based today. And the sun is the ethics. The sun is representing God. He decides. So it's the Pope that's represented there. He used morals to control society. He used ethics to appease the consciousness of what's in right or wrong. This is the cup of life. Everything around it is the fruit of the earth. And they were going to carry it. And animals, creatures that are flying about, it's in God's hand, as they say, in the ocean. In God's hand. That's why native people are called Indians. Derivative of India. So this is the format that they were going to use before. Four brains that masterminded how they were going to conquer the world. Subdividing the river system upon the people that signed the Declaration. They were kings. They had kingdoms. Now they call them countries, but they're just kingdoms. That's part of gaining number in a democratic society. And they call it province. Province Quebec, province of Ontario. Province means provinco, for the vanquisher, for the victor. So you see how it was conquered. Newfoundland was from France. Nova Scotia was from Scotland. Ontario was a British general. So their name is right on it, who conquered it, supposedly conquered it. So this is the vision that the United States is based on. Canada, mostly all the British Empire, and the United Nations. So we are run under the same law. Which is we call the Commonwealth law. For in reality, there was supposed to be 4 races here. So we could all have a say to how we want to see this world turn. It's like a deck of cards. We were supposed to have all a suit. We were supposed to all have a king, queen. Jack would be our army. 10 is the 10 commandments, all the way down to one belief. So you would have your jokers. The red joker is your rights. The black joker is your criminal law. That's somewhat explained by, I think it's King Charles IV. Anyway, I have the book. That explains how the card is used in order to project a vision of conqueror. So this is the vision that entered our society, how it was done. There's several pictures. The decree, the Pope's name is Pope Innocent II, that made the decree. It was during the Holy War, and the white Pope and the black Pope had a fight, and the black Pope conquered. And this is why the world had turned us because of his decision. So anyway, I guess you could say Native people have such a vision. Through the chakra, through the teaching of the turtle, through the teaching of the medicine wheel. It does all the same thing, but it expresses that we were supposed to coexist, live in harmony. We are to respect one another. And that's what the jokers were supposed to teach us. So you have the kings that signed it, which became countries, which became the decision powers. Each river was subdivided between kingdoms, all the way around. There's several pictures that follows. It's like the walk of Jesus Christ in church. So this is one of them that expresses a vision. There's another one that's the Pope and the 6th Archbishop that signed it, the decree. And then you see the countries that signed it. That's another poster. How they were going to divide the land through a river system, hydrograph. How they were going to handle the people, conquer them, as they say. There's another picture to show that what kind of world they want to create. So there's several pictures that complete this vision. and that's their Magna Carta. When they signed the Treaty of 1763, I think, if I remember right, I think it's King George. He said that we had a Magna Carta, we had a vision. We had a universal vision ought to coexist upon the land. That's why that treaty was signed in 1763. The treaty in our territory in Quebec, there is no treaty. Treaties started only in Ontario, and they were small at first. As you went further out west, the territory expanded, and their rights expanded upon the land. So when they say respect the treaties, we don't have one. We say protect Mother Earth. But revenue sharing wants to be in both. That's continuing industrializing the territory. So, what this picture tells you now, yeah, we still see the same system working upon us. It's in all Native communities all over the world. That this doctrine, I guess you could call, is imposed on all people of the land. Or that's why they created the word dissident, because we don't have the same vision. Call us pagan, because we believe in nature, not all the spirit created by the human mind. So anyways, yeah, that's somewhat what I've learned from the Magna Carta. Or when it happened, one of my friends was buying a computer. While I was resting, I went to sit at the desk. And just by looking at it, I seen the picture, what it was transmitting. So I picked it up and began to learn it. So anyways, that's the Magna Carta. Any questions? Or you want to study the picture? Yeah.
Can you share with us what does the Carta Magna means for your people and for Algonquin territory that we call which are having now the extractive industries?
See, like the Magna Carta is expressing what life is, right? The big picture. So in the Magna Carta, we live upon this one land, what we call Turtle Island. And that everybody must coexist, meaning the Six Nations. The Six Nation is the Tree Nation, the Animal Nation, the Bird Nation, the Fish Nation, the insect nation, and the human nation. All 6 nations were supposed to be in peace, living in harmony, respected, loved, honored. The teaching of the 7 grandfathers, as we call them. Love, honesty, truth, wisdom, humility, love, and you remember one stuff I always forget. Pride. Yeah, I gotta be proud of it. So you gotta be proud, not just for yourself, but for the animal, for the tree, for the plant. Yeah. You gotta respect them, you gotta honor them. So that's the vision of the Magna Carta of our people. Not to be wasteful, just to take what you need. And live and let live. That's the reason why the people were accepted upon this land. It was with that philosophy. That all life has the right to exist. Doesn't matter where they come from, their color, or whatever. So the teaching of the Magna Carta, it's not like when we were taught, when you live up in the woods, you learn to be self-reliant. You get your food, you know how to prepare it, you know what's medicinal, you know how to make your clothes, shelter, everything. You know your environment, So, anyway, so when you leave the house, your parents doesn't have to worry about you. You see, that's one way, like what my grandfather was telling me a story about how our people used to be with that vision. So when he was saying that when the Europeans seen the way we were brought up, they took children away from different communities, took them to Europe, fed them, clothed them, sheltered them, healed them, treat them like little princes, little queens, little kings. So when they brought the children back to their community, the parents weren't supposed to help their children at a certain age. They were supposed to be independent. That's the part where he was talking about dividing and conquering. So some parents went to help their children because they didn't see them for so long. That was our way of saying, like during arranged marriages. So if I seen your daughter has done many good things, make clothes, food, whatever is necessary to exist. By seeing that, then I would go visit that man with my son, preparing them. Because I'm teaching my son well as well. If I don't, then my son's not going to be regarded as a good spouse. So, when if you didn't teach your children right, and they were suffering in the winter time because they didn't learn how to make his snowshoe, and his wife is suffering, his children is suffering. The parents couldn't go back then and help them out. That was their diploma. Now make do. So every parent made sure that their children learn. That's the way our Magna Carta looks like. It's like what I was saying about nature. Once you know everything that what's in there, you're at peace. You don't have to worry about where the food's going to come or what the menu is going to be or where you're going to find the shelter or how to make it. So anyways, that's pretty much what our Magna Carta looks like. It's everything. All creation that lives. What is it? The Six Nations coexisting together is what our Magna Carta is.